Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, I'm back on these E7 heads, the 460s, and a few people asked questions about the intake side, and I was kind of undecided if I was even going to leave them stock, because I think in most applications they would actually make a lot of torque, and they have a swirl design to them. So I was kind of wondering if I was even going to port these. But me being me, I can't leave well enough alone, and I'm going to be turning the engine up a little bit, which I think it would still be fine with these ports all the way to 6500. Do I know that for sure? No. I'm just going by other heads I've seen similar, and I think there's enough port here to easily do that. But anyway, guys and gals, thank you ladies for subscribing, and my new gentlemen subscribers, I appreciate it. But getting back to these are the Dove in the front, and what I wanted to show you is, let me find the pointer here, how much room there is to raise the roof if you want to do it. And the good part about it is you're not just taking more off at the top and then you're kind of defeating your purpose when you can't open the rest of the runner up. You can really get all the way in there, guys, and make it even all the way back. So it's not like you're defeating your purpose. Like some guys will open the head way up and then it funnels down too much, and it doesn't even help when you do that. On certain applications, depending on the head, sometimes you can get away with things like that. Once in a while, it's better than nothing if you can't do anything at all to certain heads because you're too limited. But getting back on these, I don't want to get off on the wrong subject here like I do most of the time. I just wanted to show you guys the difference between the ports. And it's the same deal on the E7s. I've shown everybody how they had a raised exhaust port on the other segment, and it's the same deal on the intake. They're also raised on the intake, fellas. If you look, you can see how the 460s empty out to the bottom, and then if you look at the E7s, I mean, it's not crucial, but they are raised a little bit, which is always good for performance. No matter what you're doing, if it's even low RPM, it's still going to be something that's in your best interest if you can have a head with a raised runner. But another thing I wanted to discuss, a couple people brought it to my attention that they're concerned about the small 165 valve, and that doesn't really concern me too much. I'd rather have a bigger valve, a 172, but that may be down the road. But they said there's too much shrouding to fit a 172 valve in these. But my theory is this, guys: the exhaust is so well done in these heads. I'm wondering if a 165 valve in these heads, I will not be surprised if they do not tear up the Dove head and the exhaust flow numbers. Do I know that? No. Am I going to find out? I want to. I'm anxious to see what I wind up with. And I think it's going to be a good thing. I think it's going to be where it's totally worth it. But one other thing I wanted to do, guys, is I will do this. This gasket is off the E7 460s. And I just wanted to show the difference in the port. What you have is, that's to the top right here. The gasket's flush. And then you have about a 1/16. I mean, but these do narrow down inside more than these do as far as pinching off. These will look bigger and then they pinch off. So you have that to consider when people are doing their pros and cons with these. So all said and done, I was concerned about how big I was making this port, when really the Dovehead has a bigger port. So that kind of brought me back to thinking I didn't go too far with these. But maybe if I'd have put these on, it might have been too far. What do you think, fellas? Should I open them up that much? I don't think so. Pretty big, huh, guys? Let me see. Put them up on this one. There you go. What do you think, fellas? A little too big, huh? You better build a screamer for them. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to make it where I gave you another comparison, because one thing I don't want to do is leave out things that you want to know. I'm learning about these late model heads myself, and I like what I see. And it's kind of a shame, because I used to really love to get my hands on the Doves. And I'm an old school guy. I like thinking the old stuff is better. And don't get me wrong, I've seen people go really fast with these. I had a friend back in the day. I may be showing him. I have old films in the house from back probably in the 90s, maybe 80s. But anyway, the car was in a, let me think. It was a Mustang, and he had a 460 in it. And I think that car went like 930s. So that's just one out of many. I should do a 460 segment and show you guys how they ran back at my time, probably 40 years ago. And I mean, it wasn't bad, guys. Guys were still in the 8. Somebody that I know had a car. It was in the 8-second zone, 69 Mustang. It was Offenhauser intake, Portasonic with a single carb. And that car is pretty impressive, thinking that was back at that time, 30 to 40 years ago. And the car, a 69 Mustang, I don't know how much he had done as far as lightening it up, but they're not the lightest car. Are they super heavy? No. But, I mean, that's still pretty impressive to go 890s at that time. But anyway, guys, that's just something I want to do. I have a few segments left on these, but I want to just try to cover everything that I can cover to make sure that you guys get the information that you need out there. So that's why I'm doing this in the first place, is to try to pass stuff on. And I hope you guys do get something out of it when I do this. But thanks for stopping and checking out what I'm doing. And I'll talk to you guys all later. Have a good night.